Hey guys, Kara Snyder here from karasnyder.com. I just wanted to come to you today and have a conversation with you about some things that God has just kind of been showing me and thinking about as school has started back. I thought about back to when I was in high school, when I was a middle schooler, even probably when I was in fifth or sixth grade, and just dealing with some things mentally that I was going through. I think every girl probably goes through, even women, we deal with it now. And I just wanted to hopefully encourage you. Hopefully, this is going to be a message, moms, that you can listen to, but also if you want your daughters to listen to it as well, something that they can listen to and feel encouraged. Because, guys, we all know when we're in school, we're dealing with other girls, we're dealing with other things. Sometimes we struggle, right? We deal with insecurities, we deal with fears. Some girls may point out our insecurities, they may point out things that we struggle with, that we doubt within ourselves about. And school for everybody, it's not fun. They don't want to go to school. They feel bullied. They feel inferior. They're having a hard time finding their purpose and realizing that being different is okay. Being different is what God intended for us to be. He never intended for us to be the same, because they're getting the message from this world to look the same, act the same, put a filter on, because who you are is not good enough. What you give us is not enough. So we need you to put on a filter. We need you to look this way. We need you to act this way. Think about all the ads that they see on Instagram, all the filters that they have on Snapchat, all the different things that they see on Facebook. I always say what we see on social media is people's highlight reel. It's not the behind the scenes. It's not a real thing. So today I want to have a conversation, not just with ladies my age who are moms and who are out in the business world, but with you girls as well, who are in college, who are in high school, who are in middle school, who are in fifth and sixth grade, and you're struggling and you're already having a hard time in school, or you're having a hard time, you're going through some things. And I just want you to understand that who you are, the way God made you, is an important piece of the puzzle. And I don't know if you guys still play with puzzles. It has been a long time since I have played with a puzzle, but I remember my mom in their house. She has this picture that my granddad, we call my granddad Papa Joe, that was my mom's dad. He made this huge, huge jigsaw puzzle for my mom, and it's a boat, and it is in the water, and it is beautiful. It is an absolute beautiful picture, and it's one of those, with the little tiny pieces, puzzle pieces, and it probably has 1,500 to 2,000 pieces easy in it. And my Papa Joe made this for my mom, and it's framed, and it's hanging up. For a long time, it was hanging up in our living room. I think now she's moved it to my bedroom of the house, which has now become the playroom for the grandkids. But that speaks volumes to me, because I feel like that is how God intended all of us to be. He made us all different puzzle pieces. And if you think about a puzzle, every piece is different. Not one is the same. Every piece fits in a certain spot. No other piece can fit in the spot of that puzzle. And it reminds me of Psalms 139, beginning in verse 13. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. That means you are wonderful because he worked on you. He spent time on you. So that means if his works are wonderful, you are wonderful. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I'm still with you. So right there, guys, or I should say ladies, God's thoughts about you outnumber the grains of sand. We went to the beach this summer. I'm sure many of you did as well. So much sand. We could not get it off of our feet. We couldn't get it off of our shoes. There was just so much sand. And to know that God's thoughts about you and about me outnumber the grains of sand, that just goes to show how special you are to him. And in Genesis 1:27, he tells us that he created man in his own image. In his image, he created them, male and female. He created us in his image. And what he makes is good. And if you look at the universe, if you look at this world, trees are different. Birds are different. Animals are different. Not one cloud in the sky is the same. God never intended for you to be the same. He intended for us to be different on purpose for a purpose. If we continue to listen to the world, we are going to miss out on all that God put inside of us to use in this world, to reach this world for Him. And the enemy knows that, and I think that's why he is using social media so hard right now, because he knows if we try hard enough to look alike, be alike, act alike, think alike, we are never going to embrace what God has woven in each side of us. And I know growing up for me, I had cerebral palsy in my left side. My arm, I would hold my arm up at times and I didn't even know it. I was fearful to try out for basketball. I was fearful to do things that I loved to do because I was afraid of what people would think about me. I was afraid that I wouldn't be good enough, that what was inside of me was not enough. Instead of realizing that who God made me and what He wove inside of me was enough. And that through Christ, we can do anything and we can do everything. And I'm sitting here reading my notes because I know the world says to you, you're not enough. Put a filter on. You're not enough. Be like us. But God says, you're valuable to me. He says in John 15:15 that you are His friend. In John 1:12, He calls you a child of God. In Romans 8, He says you're not condemned. Romans 15:7, He accepts you. He accepts you. There's no shame. There's no condemnation in Him. When He created you and put things inside of you that nobody else can do. And I know you may be walking those school halls and you're thinking, why am I different? Why am I this way? Why am I that way? Let me tell you something. The girl that you're walking by, she's thinking the same thing. And when you embrace that you are different, when you embrace the things that God's put inside of you and begin to use that, when you girls begin to use that, when we as women begin to use our gifts and our talents together, we become like that big jigsaw puzzle that my Papa Joe made for my mom. We fit together, we link together, and we make this beautiful picture. But the picture is not complete without each puzzle piece fitting in its spot, doing what it's created to do. And the cool thing about those pieces is they fit together, right? They link together. They need each other to fit. They need each other to hold on to. We need each other. We need to take our puzzle piece and put it with that lady's puzzle piece beside us, that girl's puzzle piece beside us, because the gifts and talents that God has put inside of me link together with the gifts and talents He's put with you, and they become better. They become something that He can do amazing things with when we link together. Instead of trying to be like that piece beside us and just being the puzzle piece that we are, that's when the puzzle piece, that's when the picture, that's when the puzzle comes complete. Ephesians 2:10 says that you are His workmanship, created to do good works. He created you to do good works. He didn't want you to be like that other person. He didn't want you to look like them. He wanted you to be who you are. And that puzzle, the puzzle of this world, is not complete without you. And I know that you may be struggling. And I know that you may be having a hard time trying to find your purpose, trying to find where you fit in. You fit exactly where you are for this moment, for such a time as this, with the gifts and the talents that God put inside of you. The puzzle needs you. It's not complete without you. There would be that missing spot. I don't think that my Papa Joe would have framed that picture for my mom if it would have been missing a piece. It wouldn't have been complete. That one tiny piece, if it would have been missing one tiny piece, he would not have given it to my mom. That's how valuable you are. That's how needed you are. That one tiny piece changes the puzzle. It changes the world. So we need each other. So I just want to encourage us as women, as young girls, don't look at each other and try to be like each other. Look at each other and encourage each other to be who God created you to be. Let's use our gifts and our talents together the way God intended us to be. And let's watch the puzzle come together and be complete. And then we can encourage other women and say, hey, your piece is needed too. Our picture is not complete without you. Come in. Come in and help us put this puzzle together. And I would say, let's watch this year and see what happens in this year. The changes that we see in other women around us who feel encouraged, who feel empowered to be the person God created them to be. So remember that. Think about those puzzle pieces today, and remember, the puzzle's not complete without you. We need you. We need your gifts and talents, and we need each other to link the puzzle together to complete the picture, to be all that God created us to be. So thanks, guys, for having this conversation with me this morning. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can check out my blog at karasnyder.com. Feel free to share these videos. I hope you are encouraged. I'm praying for you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, guys, again for listening. Have a great day. Bye.